Today on Stock Charts in Focus, we're introducing another brand new ACP plugin. This one, the Moxie Indicator from Simpler Trading. A very exciting momentum indicator, actually a set of 4 different indicators that you can add to your charts, 4 different flavors of the Moxie Indicator, all custom designed by T.G. Watkins, who's also going to be bringing a new show to StockCharts TV. So lots of exciting stuff to cover on today's show. You know what it is. It's all new. It's all here. It's Stock Charts in Focus. All right, my friends, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining me here on another edition of Stock Charts in Focus, our product focus show here on the channel where we dig into the site, walk you through the features, show you around the tools, and ultimately help you get more value out of StockCharts.com. My name is Grayson Roze, Vice President of Operations here at StockCharts. So good to be with you for another episode and another big announcement. We've been doing a lot of these lately, but we've got another exciting plugin rolling out from Simpler Trading, from T.G. Watkins, his team over at Simpler Trading. Very exciting stuff here with the Moxie Indicator coming to ACP. Now, it's funny to call it the Moxie Indicator because in reality, it's actually 4 different indicators that you can add to your chart, 4 different sort of flavors of the Moxie Indicator. So lots to cover on the show, and we're going to talk about TG's new show that's coming to StockCharts TV very soon. So going to be a packed episode. Before we get into it though, a little bit of housekeeping here. 2 small announcements for you. First and foremost, the time of this show is actually changing a little bit. So in the past, we've had this show air on StockCharts TV, the live version of StockCharts TV at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We're actually shifting that back a little bit as we get into more live programming from some of our other contributors. So Stock Charts in Focus is now going to be airing at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific. Same day, every Friday, we're going to be here talking about the charts, talking about the tools, walking you through all the different corners of the website, but just a little bit later. And of course, we're always going to have this up on our YouTube channel and the Stock Charts TV on demand platform at StockChartsTV.com. So just a slight shift there in the airtime of this show, the actual live airing. Now, the second thing that I wanted to cover too is an exciting event that's actually coming up in just a couple of days. Next weekend, the TSAA SF chapter, that's the Technical Securities Analyst Association, is hosting their big annual conference. Now, we are sponsors of the event, but we are sponsors of the event because we are friends of everyone who runs the TSAA down in SF. I've spoken at the event in the past. Dave Keller has spoken at the event in the past. Many of the contributors that you see around StockCharts TV and with written articles on StockCharts, Martin Pring, for example, a lot of us have participated in this annual conference down in San Francisco at the TSAA's annual event. What's so cool though this year is that they're going to be doing it virtually. So it's really, really easy to join. You obviously don't have to get your butt down to San Francisco to be a part of it. And as part of the sort of price of admission to that annual event, you're actually signing up for a year of the TSAA's membership. So you get a full year of access to their weekly and monthly webinars, lots and lots of content, lots of special events that they do, always from skilled technical analysts. So a pretty great deal. This year, though, at the annual conference, they've got a fantastic collection of technicians coming to present. Folks like Craig Johnson, Chris Kimball, Ari Wald, people that you see, again, on StockCharts TV quite a lot. So lots of exciting stuff happening there with that TSAA SF annual conference coming up on September 18th. So to learn more about that event, we are going to put links in the descriptions below, but you can always go to tsaasf.org. Look right there on the homepage. You're going to find information about that event, but a pretty low cost. I believe it's about $75 to sign up. And again, you get the full year of TSAA membership. So lots of exciting stuff there that you can join and participate in sort of ongoing discussions and dialogues about what's happening from a technical perspective in the markets. Always a great organization to be a part of. So without further ado, let's jump into the meat of today's show, which is the new Moxie Indicator plugin for ACP. designed by TG Watkins and the Simpler Trading team. So we are starting today's show here on our charts and tools page. Of course, you can get there by accessing the charts and tools link at the top left corner of any page around the site. But as I always like to mention, a great directory of everything that is around stock charts, easy access to all of our different tools and features. You've got the cards in the middle with little descriptions, but you've also got the quick links over on the right side of the screen. When you scroll down this page though, under the member tools section, you've got a card for ACP plugins. So this is how you can access the listing of all the different ACP plugins that are available. We're going to head over there now. And as you can see, we have quite a collection of ACP plugins here that have launched. And we've even got more on the way. We've got a couple coming in the next couple of months. And really, we've actually been launching one a month for the past few months. So earlier this summer in July, we launched the Chaikin Analytics Power Gauge stock rating for ACP. Last month, we actually rolled out additional indicators in Larry Williams' stock trading starter pack, 4 more indicators from Larry that he's using in his approach. We did an episode on that. We did an episode on the Chaikin special, Chaikin plugin. Lots and lots that we've covered about these 2 plugins that have rolled out. But now in September, our new plugin is the Simpler Trading plugin, the Moxie Indicator from TG and his team. So here on the plugins page, to access the actual specific page for the plugin, all you've got to do is come here and click on the card. Now this is going to give you tons more information about the Moxie Indicator, even some more information about TG and Simpler Trading and what they're up to. But gives you a sort of a quick description of what is available here with this plugin. A few descriptions about kind of how they're used, how the 4 indicators are used. They've actually got them listed right down here: the Moxie Auto, Moxie Price Signals Auto, and then 2 Moxie 15 indicators that are available on 15-minute charts, the high and the low. So lots of information here, but most importantly, I'm actually giving you a little bit of homework because TG put together a fantastic video walking through the plugin, walking through all of the different indicators, and really demonstrating not just kind of what's included, what's there, how things look, but also walking through a ton of real trades and real examples that he's put on in the last couple of months. So pretty exciting stuff here with this video. Really gives you a great sense from TG, from the creator of these indicators, gives you a great sense of how they work, how he uses them, and actually, how he incorporates them into his own buy and sell decisions, his own trading decisions in the market. So your little bit of homework this week is to come here, visit the Simpler Trading page, and give this video a watch. I think it's going to give you a great sense of everything that's included in the new Moxie Indicator plugin from Simpler Trading. So we're going to take a look at everything today. We're going to talk about kind of what's there, give you a sense of how things look, how you can access all of this stuff in ACP. But for really the next level, definitely check out this video from TG. So once you come to this page though, and once you purchase the plugin, it installs automatically right into your account. You don't really have to do anything. You just have to go through the purchase process and it automatically shows up there for you. And then when you visit this page again, you'll see it looks a little bit like this. So I've actually got this plugin installed, obviously. And so for me, I've got the little install button there. And what we put up after that is a launch ACP button. So makes it really easy to actually come over here and launch ACP right after you've purchased the indicator. So we are going to do that now. We're going to jump over to ACP, show you how to find these indicators, show you how they look, talk a little bit about them. But again, I want to remind everyone, this video is a fantastic example, really a fantastic kind of demo walkthrough of exactly how to use the indicator. So definitely check that out. So let's head over to ACP now though, and check out the new Moxie indicators from TG and the Simpler Trading plugin. So here we are in ACP. We've launched over to the platform. We've got a pretty stripped out, pretty simple chart up. This is sort of one of my go-tos, just a couple of moving averages and a relative strength line up top. But what we're going to do now is actually talk to you about how to add those Moxie indicators to your charts once you've installed the plugin. We'll give you a sense of kind of how they look, how they work, all that kind of good stuff. I do want to mention though, before we jump into that, you've also got access to the little plugin sidebar over on the right side of the screen. So again, kind of as a complement to that marketplace page that we were looking at before with the full listing of all the available plugins, you can come and see all of that right here, but you can also see the plugins that you have installed in your account. So Once you come to ACP after installing the Moxie indicator, you should see it listed here right there for you to play with. Now, once you have installed that, the indicators themselves are actually going to show up on the left side of the screen. So they are 4 different indicators, 4 different Moxie indicators, sort of flavors of the Moxie indicators. And those show up in their own special group here under the Add Indicator menu. So when you open up this chart settings panel on the left side of the screen, obviously this gives you the chart outline, which tells you everything that you have on your charts. You can see all of our moving averages, and you can see that price performance line here, the relative strength line at the top of our chart. Below that, though, we have the Add Indicator menu. Now, you do have the ability to favorite these. So I want to remind everyone, if you install the Simpler Trading plugin and these Moxie indicators become kind of a go-to for you, you can always star different indicators and they'll actually show up right at the top under your favorite section. Makes it really easy to find the indicators that you use frequently. You can also search this though, so you could actually type in Simpler Trading, you could type in Moxie, and those are actually going to that's going to filter this list and make it really easy to find those indicators. We're actually going to scroll down though, because I want to show you kind of how this looks if you don't do anything. You can see all of these different groups for different plugins that you've installed. So for instance, here is the Larry Williams plugin with all of the different Williams indicators that we've added to his plugin. You've got Arthur Hill's plugin, and then we have the Simpler Trading plugin. So this is where you find TG's Moxie indicators, all 4 of them here listed. You can see the Moxie 15 high and low, the Moxie Auto, and the Moxie Price Signals Auto. So these 4 indicators are what we're going to be taking a look at today. And just like the other indicators that you add to your chart, all you've got to do to add one of these is simply give it a click. So I'm going to click Moxie Auto here. And there we go. We've now added the Moxie indicator, sort of the root indicator for this plugin to this chart. Now, this is a momentum indicator. TG, I know, loves to combine it with the 50-period moving average and really look for kind of divergences between the two. Look at where the Moxie is positioned relative to price in the 50-day moving average. So he likes to say that entry and exit signals are given by the Moxie indicator crossing above and below the 0 line. Pretty standard for a lot of the technical indicators that you are familiar with. So you've got your Moxie indicator down here. I've actually got a 50-period moving average on my charts as well, which is the 50-period line. And as you'll see in that little demo from TG, you've got an indicator that is crossing above and below the 0 line, and you're looking at sort of how price is trading relative to the 50-period moving average at the same time. So we're not going to go super deep on the analysis today. We're really more just kind of showing you what's there, walking you through kind of how to access the plugin. And again, you've got that little bit of homework, that demo from TG, which is going to give you a great sense of how these work, and more importantly, how the entry and exit signals work, how you can actually start to incorporate this into your own trading decisions. So we've got our Moxie indicator though, and again, what we're looking for here is crosses above and below the 0 line. So TG's actually made that even easier in this plugin by adding another indicator to the plugin. So we've got the Moxie line itself down at the bottom of this chart, but we've also got the Moxie Price Signals Auto. So we're going to turn that on. And what that actually does is adds these little Moxie overlays to the chart. So every time the Moxie crosses above or below the 0 line, we're actually going to throw up these little red and green arrows on the chart to indicate exactly where the Moxie indicator has crossed above or below that 0 line. So again, when you're thinking about watching this indicator sort of at the bottom of your charts, seeing how price is trading relative to some of those key moving averages, and trying to sort of balance the two, this Moxie overlay actually makes it even easier to do that, because it makes it really clear when the Moxie has crossed above or below that 0 line, and you can sort of bring that right up into the price panel without having to kind of draw those visual lines all the way down to the indicator panel itself. So pretty cool. I love what they've done, sort of combining the indicator and the price panel, kind of bringing that up into the price panel, making it really, really easy to follow. Now, the other 2 indicators are the Moxie 15 high and the Moxie 15 low. Again, we're not going to get super deep into the analysis, the interpretation of these indicators. We'll save that for TG, especially on his show that's coming up on StockCharts TV. We're going to talk about that in a couple of minutes. But what I want to show you today is something that is pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. So when you add the Moxie 15 high or the Moxie 15 low. They are sort of related, so we'll just do one at a time here. You'll see that I am currently on a daily chart. Now, the Moxie 15 high and the Moxie 15 low actually require a 15-minute chart. So rather than just kind of having a blank panel if you are on the wrong chart period, we actually put up this little note that tells you exactly what you need to be on for this indicator to work. So we're here on our daily chart. We've got a Moxie 15 high added to the chart, but obviously we can't actually chart that. So what makes ACP so powerful is that we can combine the indicators in this plugin with some of the multi-chart layout capabilities to sort of bring this multi-time frame analysis into our approach. Ultimately, I know TG talks a lot about this. What he's really trying to do with these indicators is sort of build a stronger approach by bringing in multiple time frames. Now, he leans a little bit shorter, so he's bringing in weekly a little bit through the Moxie indicator, but primarily sort of from daily down into some of those intraday charts, so down into the 60-minute charts, the 30-minute, the 15-minute charts, that kind of thing. But combining sort of that multi-time frame analysis, looking at the intraday action, looking at the daily action, even bringing in some of the weekly action, that's really what you can do with these Moxie indicators here in the Simpler Trading plugin. And because we have these multi-chart layouts in ACP, it makes it really easy to build these very exciting views. You'll see that in the demo that TG does. He's actually got 3 charts up on the screen at once using a multi-chart layout in ACP. So he can sort of bounce back and forth between those views and have the different indicators on the different charts all at once. So let's create some of that. We'll actually flip over to another chart here. To create multi-chart layouts, you've actually got a couple of different options. I know we've covered this on the show quite a bit, so we won't spend a ton of time on it today. But if you want to just add one additional chart to the screen, you can actually come up here to sort of the top of ACP. You can give this little plus icon a click, and that's actually just going to duplicate whatever chart you sort of have already. It's just going to add another one of those to the screen. So in this case, we're going to create a daily chart with the Moxie indicators over on the left, and then we'll actually pull up a 15-minute chart with the other Moxie indicators, the 15 high and 15 low on the right side of the screen. Now, I do want to mention though, you also have the layouts menu over here on the left. You can save your custom layouts. So you could actually take these plugin indicators, create all of these different wild layouts with all the Moxie indicators in any format that you want. You could actually save that as a layout to make it really easy to come back to sort of your Moxie indicator view. It's really easy to set these up any way you want, and then all you've got to do is come down to this green button in that layouts panel, again over on the left side of the screen, hit save layout, and you can actually save that layout to your account. Makes it really easy to get back to that stuff. You can also create more advanced layouts here in the layouts menu, so you can select how many charts you want to see, again up to 12 on the screen at once. You've got all of your sync options, your apply to all options, lots of stuff. Again, I know we've covered that quite a bit on the show in the past, so maybe we'll actually put some links to the descriptions down below, links in the descriptions down below to some of those episodes that we've done on multi-chart layouts specifically. But in this case, again, we're going to create our daily chart on the left, and we're going to do a 15-minute chart on the right. So I'm going to flip back over to our chart settings. Now, the active chart is indicated by this little green border. So you can see that the active chart is the one over here on the right. We've sort of duplicated our daily chart from the left, so I'm going to start to change this a little bit. I'm actually going to remove this price performance line. I am going to remove all of our moving averages, and we're going to remove the Moxie as well. And we're going to get this down to just be some candlesticks. Now we'll flip this over up here in our chart period menu to be a 15-minute chart, because again, we're going to add those additional Moxie indicators that require a 15-minute chart period. So you can see right here in the chart legend, we've got a 15-minute chart of Yeti in this case. So now we've got our daily chart, as you can see right here, with those 2 first Moxie indicators, and we've got our 15-minute chart over on the right. So we can go back into our chart settings area, we can find those simpler trading indicators, and we can actually add the Moxie 15 high, and just for fun, we'll add the Moxie 15 low. So you can get both of those on your chart at once. So again, not going super deep into the analysis today, just kind of talking through the setup, talking through how to find some of these indicators and position them on your charts. What I think is so cool is that with these multi-chart layouts, and the fact that TG has created these indicators that work sort of on different time frames, you can really start to build these multi-time frame views with these different specific Moxie indicators. So very, very cool stuff. Now, a couple of these different indicators, as you'll see in TG's video and some of the notes that we have sort of around ACP, a couple of these different Moxie indicators work on different time frames. So the Moxie itself works on daily and weekly and a couple of different intraday time periods as well. TG covers that a ton in that demo, and he'll be covering that even more on his new show coming to StockCharts TV. So again, just kind of talking through the setup here today. Hopefully this gives you a sense of how you can start to sort of build these views. And again, if you create a view like this with sort of all 4 Moxie indicators and 2 different chart periods on the screen at once, you can save this layout, maybe call it the Moxie layout, call it the simpler trading layout, and you can come back to that in the future. It makes it really easy to pull that up. Again, just going over to this layouts menu, you've set this up, you can actually do something, well, we'll walk through it right now. We'll save this as a new layout. We'll call it the Moxie layout. Here we go. Save that layout, and now you can see I've actually got it saved up in here, the Moxie layout right there. So it makes it really easy to get back to this in the future. For instance, if we close this down, now we're looking at just one chart on the screen because I've saved that layout. If we want to get right back to it, I just have to hit that and it pulls up those indicators right here for me. So pretty cool stuff, combining those multi-chart views with a plugin like the Moxie indicators from TG and his team at Simpler Trading. Now, in our last couple of minutes before we wrap up, I want to remind everyone that we've got a new show from TG coming to StockCharts TV next week. So starting actually next Friday, a week from today, TG is going to be launching a brand new Simpler Trading show all about the Moxie indicator on StockCharts TV. Of course, we'll have more details as we get closer to that. We'll cover that a little bit next week too. I'll mention it on my show. We'll talk about it in the newsletter. So we'll give you times and all that stuff for the show, show you how to find it. But definitely mark your calendars for next Friday. We've got that show coming from TG. You'll be able to find that, of course, on StockCharts TV. You'll be able to find that on our YouTube channel and the on-demand platform at StockChartsTV.com. But what I am so excited about is the idea that we've got this plugin. We're giving you these indicators. We're giving you these tools, but you have this ongoing sort of window into how to use them, how they're applying in the current market environment through TG. So you can really sort of see the market through TG's eyes, see him using the Moxie indicator on ACP, and then bring that into your own analysis, your own approach using these indicators in the platform. So really kind of combining the tools and the content, having this ongoing sort of window into how TG is using these indicators in his own active approach to the markets. That is what's so cool about the plugin and the StockCharts TV show together. So TG is going to be doing that show every week. It's going to be a weekly show on the channel every Friday, just like this one. And you'll be able to actually follow along as he's going through new trade ideas, new setups, new buy and sell signals, new entry and exit points that he's finding, again, all using the Moxie indicator. So very, very cool stuff, very exciting stuff coming from TG with that new show coming to the channel. I'm thrilled to see it. I can't wait to have his voice on StockCharts TV for all of you, especially for any of you who actually have the Moxie indicator plugin installed. I think the complement between those two is just going to be fantastic. We are really excited to bring TG's analysis to the channel and continue expanding the relationship with Simpler Trading. So look for that next Friday, TG's new show coming to StockCharts TV. Now, I know we covered a ton today. I know we didn't go super deep into the analysis of how to use these indicators specifically. But again, you've got that little bit of homework. So check out the Simpler Trading Moxie Indicator plugin page. That's got that demo from TG, a great walkthrough of everything that's included in this plugin with these different indicators. And look for TG's show coming out next Friday. That's really going to help you too on a weekly basis, on an ongoing basis. You'll be able to actually sort of follow along with TG. Really excited to have that demo, but also the ongoing content with his StockCharts TV show. So as I said, we'll have more information for you on that show, timing and all that stuff. But of course, you'll be able to find it on YouTube and our on-demand platform. I want to thank you for joining me on today's edition of StockCharts in Focus. Of course, our product focus show where we dig into the tools, dive into the site, show you around the features, really help you get more value out of StockCharts. That's our mission here every Friday. And we're going to be doing this, like I said, now at 5 p.m. Eastern Time live on the channel and then up on YouTube and our StockCharts TV on-demand platform, StockChartsTV.com. after that. So lots of different ways to watch. Check that description down below. Remember to sign up for that TSAA SF annual conference. Really exciting stuff coming up next Saturday. I can't wait to tune in, hear from some of those very, very accomplished technicians sharing their thoughts on the market at a pretty wild time. We've got a lot happening in this market, of course, so it'll be definitely a great time to hear from some of those experts at that TSAA annual conference. Really excited about that. So my name is Grayson Roze, Vice President of Operations here at StockCharts.com. Thank you again for joining me. I will see you again for another edition next Friday, but until then, chart on, my friends.
Hey guys, Dave Keller here with StockCharts.com. Thanks so much for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, and we hope you did, hit the like button right below. Also, we have so much new content every day. Consider subscribing to the channel. Just hit the subscribe button in the video or right below. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have a fantastic day.